Hello and welcome to another Top of Mind with Doug. Today we're going to be discussing a book. That book is the 1845 publication of The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. It is an incredible work and takes some dedication to get through it. If you've started this book before and can't get through it, just trust me that the first 25% or so is the most difficult. And after that, you get your sense of bearings, and things do get a little bit easier after that. So please, I urge you to read that. This is not a book review. Instead, it is basically, I'll talk about three big impressions that this book made on me. And idea number one is, this is actually a question. And the question is, what will I do in the valley? So, life isn't steady state. Life has ups and downs, good times and bads. We are in peaks and we are in valleys. And in this case, the main character, Edmond Dante, who goes on to become the Count of Monte Cristo, he had everything going for him in terms of career and love. He had a beautiful fiance, and he was about to get a promotion. His father loved him, his friends loved him, he was well respected, and he was really a fine young man. There were three individuals who saw Dante, and they became jealous of him. He had it so good, and rather than emulate that behavior, they chose to envy that behavior. And so they calculated his demise, and they were very successful in doing that, to the point where they had put a plot together that made it look like Dante was guilty of this crime, and he ended up being 14 years in prison and presumed dead. While he's there, even one of the villains married his fiancée, if you can imagine. So he had it all going for him. No more, and he went surely from peak to valley. So what to do? Well, he first had his pity party, and he had lost hope. He had tried to commit suicide, but then something changed. He met somebody in prison. This somebody was a priest who had committed a political crime. He was a righteous man, but he's in prison for a political crime. And this priest developed a friendship with Dante, and he became Dante's mentor. And the priest was very well learned, and he shared with Dante basically everything that he knew. And so Dante became a superior intellect while in prison. Now, the priest, his prayer was to get out of prison. And he didn't realize that sometimes God answers prayers differently than what we had expected. The priest wanted to leave a legacy, but that was not meant to be. So the priest actually does not get out of prison. He dies in prison. But he leaves his legacy in the form of Dante, because Dante had also been praying to get out of prison, and it turns out that the priest was Dante's answer to prayer. So while in a valley, one of the things to consider is, how can I make the most of this? How can I take advantage of every opportunity? How can I learn what it is that I need to learn? And consider at least the possibility that while in this place, I'm here as an answer to somebody else's prayer. So just an interesting thought there. Idea number two is, even the most slimy, repulsive, corrupt, selfish people are children of God, and Jesus died for them too. The villains, all of them went on to continue with their corrupt lives in lie, cheat, and steal, and do anything to get ahead. And for the most part, they were very successful, and they did get ahead. One of the villains in his very last breath, had the opportunity to say the sinner's prayer. And believe me, at this time, you really don't like these guys because they've done so many bad things, and they really deserve. It's like you want them to get what's coming to them, in the form of revenge, because they did such awful things and really ruined Dante's life. But this villain, on his last breath, was afforded the opportunity to pray the sinner's prayer, and he did, and he accepted Christ into his heart. Just amazing, and I believe that he entered into heaven, and it just made me think of the man on the cross next to Jesus. Jesus told him, "This day you will be with me." It's grace, grace, grace. The third idea is, however good you think revenge might feel, somebody can really wrong you, and you can be burning inside just to get back at them and one up them. They made things bad for you. You're gonna, return in kind. However good you think that revenge might feel, in the end, even if your revenge is spectacularly successful and they implode in a way bigger and more fantastic than you could ever imagine. So congratulations, you were successful in their demise. You have revenge. In the end, it's not going to satisfy you. It won't. And the key is forgiveness. We just need to forgive. Have God soften our hearts. Because vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. So there you go. I could have picked another 10 topics because it's so much. It's so rich. If you want to put on your, I don't know, let's say 30 books to read before you die, I would make sure this is one of the 30. You won't regret it. And there's also an 8-part series that came out on Paramount Plus, and they did a pretty decent job with it, actually. So there are some places where they deviate from the book, but all in all, I think that's worth watching. I do anticipate that in a few years down the road, you'll probably forget the movie, but I don't think you'll ever forget the book. So that's it. Checking out for today.